You know how children are. Children don't know any personal space unless you teach them. No, you can't do this, you can't touch that, you can't touch here, you can't hug that. But then again, we teach our children what not to and what to do, what to touch and not to touch. The same thing goes with City, like, well, City's my baby girl. You know who she is. She's amazing. But even with that, you know that sometimes animals don't respect personal space. I know that for a fact because there's no way in hell City's gonna not jump on me, not stand on my face, but that's okay. I allow it. The reason why I'm making that difference is because what we're gonna talk about is something that clearly Meghan Markle never learned any boundaries, and if she did, she just doesn't care about them. Period. I allow City to jump on my face, to jump when I'm lying down, to jump on my body, to hug me. Well, I say hug me, to bite me, whatever. I allow it. And consent is one of the biggest parts and one of the huge problems that Meghan Markle is facing right now. Because she's hugging and touching people without their consent, invading their personal space, not respecting married men. When a man is married, you do not touch the man, period. But that's just me. I could be old fashioned. I don't know. I could be old fashioned, but you do not inappropriately hug a married man. And Meghan is alien to that concept when it comes to other women's men, but not when it comes to her own, because God forbid another woman is also a hugger.
10 years ago, I had a drink with Meghan Markle, which changed the face of the British monarchy. I arrived, it was a freezing winter evening. There was only one reason why Meghan wanted to meet me, and that's because she wanted column inches. She had asked various other showbiz journalists who had declined her offer. I was the only one that went to meet her. She wanted to be famous in the UK, and she was very underwhelming, very quiet actually. And we started talking about our love lives, and she told me that she had just got divorced, or she was in the process of getting divorced, and how hard it had been and how hard she was finding it to find another man. And then she brought up Ashley Cole. Ashley Cole, of course, is a former Chelsea and England football player. I'd written about Ashley Cole and his divorce and his alleged affairs while he was married to Cheryl Cole. So I shared this information with her. Her face dropped. So many people say to me, oh, why didn't you just let her go out with Ashley Cole? If you just let her go out with Ashley Cole, then Prince Harry would not have met her, Prince Harry would not have married her, and Prince Harry might still be,
I would like to thank all of you for coming here all the time to watch my videos. Please don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Also, if you can buy a Christmas hoodie, all of the proceeds go to the school/shelter. So it really helps. I have them in pink and light blue and beige. So, buy yourself a hoodie or a gift for a friend. It really helps with the school. So I'd like to thank all of you for always coming here, guys. Now, I'd like to hug. Latin culture people, we like to hug and to give a kiss to people we know, And I'm Latin. I have a Latin descent. You will not see me on earth go to any other person who I don't know and just body hug them completely, pelvis to pelvis, breast to chest, sternum to chest in Meghan Markle's case. You will not see me do that because there's something called respect. Firstly, why would you want to pelvis to pelvis hug? I have a video that I'm doing which is called Meghan Markle, The Making of a Monster. I haven't decided on the title because I don't know if it's a monster, the raising of a monster, or the making of a monster, or who raised the monster. Because you see, as children, as parents, we do teach our children boundaries. We do. And I put this all flat on Mr. Markle because he has admitted that he was I know that sometimes some kids are born psychos. I understand that. But as a parent, you teach him boundaries. But clearly, Meghan Markle was never taught any boundaries. No boundaries for this woman. If you're wrong or you made a mistake, you're not wrong. You never made a mistake. You're always right. You are the princess. You're better than everybody. Because that's the way she behaves. And this is why she has no respect for other people's other people's property. But if, God forbid, you go up and hug one of her men, what if you're also a hugger? Remember when she was in the Netflix series and she said, oh, I was wearing torn jeans. I was without shoes. And then Catherine and Kate and William came to the kitchen to meet us. And I rushed to give her a hug because I'm a hugger. I'm a hugger. No, she's not a hugger. What? Try and get somebody she doesn't know that she doesn't like, give her a hug. She will freak out. It is my personal belief that this woman uses that in a way to compromise. Meghan Markle has over-sexualized herself. That this woman thinks that the only thing she has to offer is sexualized touch, over-sexualization. Is that all she thinks she's worth? Because she compromises people. I mean, look here. She compromises people. She invades people's space. This is a woman who was supposed to be in a relationship with somebody. I know this is her co-star, and not a co-star. I know that he's the star of Suits, and she was a cameo in Suits. But look at this pose. This is not right. Patrick Adams, who is married, was also doing these things off screen, off camera, with the husband of the vice president, or like she says, vice presidenta. She says that, the vice presidenta, Yeah, it's incredible. So why is it that this woman has not been taught any boundaries whatsoever? And it is kind of worrisome if you think about it. It is kind of worrisome that this woman does not understand until it's landed her on hot water. It's landed her on hot water because she was this past weekend. And have you noticed before I get into that, the more Harry is seen about with more important commitments than Meghan Markle's, the more desperate her touching is getting, the more excessive, the more over-sexualized, the more naked this woman is going to get, the more inappropriate this woman is going to get. Because this past week, she went to a meeting and she hugged the husband of one of the top CEOs of a firm she wants to land a sponsor for her cooking show that's never going to see the light of day. And the wife told her off. Can you imagine when somebody's wife, at this point in time, I'm shocked that Meghan Markle hasn't been punched in the face by a woman, because she's inappropriately hugging and touching her husband. But can you imagine being at a meeting, not knowing the man, never having seen him, and of course the only one she hugged was the CEO, not the janitor of the of the building, but the CEO of the company she wants to have sponsor her really D-list projects. And the wife rightly said, "Back off. You don't do that." She didn't hug the wife, of course, just the husband. And as I said, no other. She only goes to be inappropriate with very powerful men or very wealthy men. She's not inappropriate, as I said, with the janitor or the guy in the elevator or the receptionist or the woman. It's always the man. It's always the men. Unless the women serve her a purpose. Like Jessica Mulrooney, like that woman, Kelly from the charity, the children's charity thing, that was so inappropriate. That was so cringy to watch. Inappropriate. Totally. But I think that the chips for Meghan Markle are completely gone now because nothing that these two idiots do work out. But mostly, Harry, why isn't Harry telling his wife not to do that? Because I see Harry hug people, but not pelvis to pelvis. Unless, of course, it's Nacho where he's caressing his hand. But other than that, he has a little bit more decorum. So I'm glad that she's landing on hot water, and I'm glad this American woman called her out. I'm glad. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think that her father, Meghan Markle's father, has never taught this woman any boundaries? Do you think he's responsible at all for part of her upbringing or how she turned out? Do you think that he should have taught her some discipline or anything like that? Please do let me know.